Is there audio happening now? The switch
It was an external?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's what. Okay, good, thank you. That's what I thought.
Is there a way to check?
Yeah, Mary should have it.
Good morning, and welcome to the 2016 Westover graduation chapel service. I have a few announcements before we begin. This is the big day. This is the day. This is a consequence, and it's also a representation of so many things that are important to all of us this day. An important day. We're going to have graduation in the quad, and we're doing that for your sake. Believe me, you do not want to be with your daughters. Before we begin, I would ask you all to turn off all your devices. Make sure they're off so that you can begin sleeping or whatever during the service. And the girls are lined up, as some of you have seen, in the Red Hall, so it's going to take a while for them to get here. So when we begin with the processional hymn, we're going to sing all the way through that, probably before they get here, or nearly all the way through before they get here. When they arrive at the door, we will all stand. We'll start singing seated, and then we will all stand, and we will sing right through the filling of all these seats. Bob will cue us on that. At the end of the service, after the processional, the girls will be, the senior class will be in the quad, and I will deliver benediction. If you'd like to watch that or film it, you can follow us out right through the door next to the post office. That's the easiest way to do it. You can go into the quad. And thank you for everything that you've done for us. Thank you for everything you've done for your daughters, and we thank you for your daughters.
You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways.
Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely. You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain.
Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me, your right hand will hold me fast.
If I say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me, even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is a light to you.
For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well.
My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be.
How amazing are your thoughts concerning me, God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. When I wake, I would still with you.
Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. And in those days, in ancient times, walk upon England's mountains green, and was the holy Lamb of God on England's pleasant pastures seen, and in the fountains divine shine forth upon our clouded hills. And was Jerusalem builded here among these dark satanic Bring me my bow of burning gold. Bring me my arrows of desire. Bring me my spear, all clouds unfold. Bring me my chariots of fire. I will not cease from mental fight, nor shall my sword sleep in my hand, till we have built Jerusalem, in England's free and blessed
Please be seated.
One book, one pen, one child, and one teacher can change the world. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall.
I need to reset this.
graduating class chose as chapel speaker Farnaz Afaq, Westover graduate of the class of 2014. This was an unusual choice, as Farnaz is by far the youngest person we've had speak at this service. But when you hear Farnaz speak about her life, you will understand that this was a wise choice. Born in the refugee camp in Afghanistan in 1993, she fled with her family to Iran, then Pakistan, and then back to Afghanistan. Later in her teens, she moved to England and then to the United States, where she completed her high school education here in Middlebury, Connecticut at Westover School. She is currently a student at Wofford College in South Carolina, double majoring in math and business economics with a concentration on Middle East and North African studies. Like the students before you, she knows how to study. Which honestly is something I tell the students every day. I wouldn't have made it through this place. One of Farnaz's greatest gifts to the school when she was a student here was the joy she took in all that she did. The depth of her gratitude enriched the experience of everyone around her. And I think this is one of the reasons that the seniors have asked her to speak. And we are truly fortunate to have her with us today. Please join with me in welcoming our 107th graduation chapel speaker, Farnaz Afaq.
Thank you all very much. I'm a lot nervous now. I can do it. Well, first of all, congratulations, class of 2016. Your successful graduation from one of the top private girls' schools is proof of your hard work, commitment, and determination. I know all of you have worked very hard to get here. I know this because exactly 2 years ago, at this time, I was sitting in this same chapel and I was just as excited to graduate from high school. Except in my case, I was graduating from high school for the third time. Yes, third. Hardly a measure of success, one might think, and yet here I am talking to you. See, the great Chinese philosopher Confucius once said, "Our greatest glory is not and never falling, but in rising every time we fall." This is the story I want to share with you, a story of falling and also of dreams and rising. When I was young, I had a very unstable life. Being born in Afghanistan at a time of conflict, my childhood included running from place to place and country to country in order to escape war and pursue my father's dream, which became my own. You see, my father has always believed that education is the one thing that can never be taken from you. And when you have very little, this becomes even more important. While I had never heard of Malala Yousafzai, at that time she puts it in very clear words. One book, one pen, one child, and one teacher can change the world. I was very modest. All I ever wanted was to change the world. And I intuitively knew that this would be tied in with getting an education and being good at what I studied. Basically, from the age of 6, I knew that it was my responsibility to get an education. Even though this meant going to refugee school, this meant often studying on the rough ground. This meant copying my books word by word. And this meant teaching myself when we had no teacher. Finally, after 6 different schools, I graduated as one of the star students from a well-known high school in Afghanistan. My dream at that stage turned into getting a scholarship for an American university. But I soon realized that my degree from a well-known high school in Afghanistan was probably not enough to get me into a well-known university in the United States. One minor problem though, my English was very weak. I applied to a special school founded by an American and found myself doing an interview. One of the questions I was asked was, why did you move to Iran and Pakistan? I answered with full conviction, yes. Luckily, I was accepted. In order to get to that school, I had to walk for an hour and then an hour back home every day. My concern was not the long walk, but the harassment I faced on the way. Sometimes I had to walk for 3 hours or more because of some guy following me. In Afghanistan, if you have a guy following you, you have to make sure that the person does not know your house, or otherwise, he will be outside your house waiting for you every day. So I had to keep walking miles and different roads until either I managed to shake the person or he got tired and left me alone. I did not dare telling my parents about the harassment because I did not want them to forbid me from going to school. The teachers at the boarding school also made me realize very quickly that I would probably have to gain a few more years of high school education abroad if I wanted to have a serious shot at getting a scholarship for university. With their help, I earned 2 years of scholarship at a very good private school and found myself in a place which looked totally different from my country, with a different language, culture, and people. When I moved to Wiltshire in rural England, I found that I only had to take 3 classes. 3. So-called A-levels. In Afghanistan, I had to take 16 subjects each semester. So how difficult could 3 classes possibly be for a graduated star student? I was totally ready to ace my classes and be the best. In fact, I was the worst student in literally all of my classes. Sometimes I was not able to understand my teachers, most times in fact. I needed 3 times more time to understand the materials than my classmates. After a few weeks, I received my mock exam grades. With the exception of math, I had failed every single class. I realized that if I wanted to pass, I would need to catch up on previous material. So I started studying 3 years of high school in 2 years. I kept working hard, and still I was failing. Instead of sleeping 5 hours a day, I slept for 4. I gave up talking to my parents and friends. Even though I changed my life drastically, my grades did not. When finals came around, I received more E's. I had no doubt that I would eventually make it to college because I knew I could do better. I just needed some time to adjust and keep going forward. I did, by the way, graduated from Dances School with 2 awards, recognizing, if not my academic achievements, my stubbornness. I was the first Afghan student to get A-levels there, and by doing so, I opened the door for another Afghan girl who is studying there right now on a 4-year scholarship, giving her much more time to adapt and be ready for the final exam. Still, I was no closer to my dream of getting into college. I always knew that I would need a full scholarship to go anywhere, and in the UK, without top grades, these are pretty much an impossibility. That was when Westover stepped up, showing their confidence in me as a person by offering me a space on their gap year program. Guess what? I arrived at Westover thinking that things would be easy for me. I had already graduated from 2 schools, and third time is a charm, right? Once again, I was proven wrong. In fact, I had to learn a whole new language when I came here. I found that people looked at me funny when I declared something was jolly good. And I was rather astonished when my friend told me that I was awesome. When I asked for the loo from a friend, it got me no directions. And in the UK, the word pants refers to underwear. So when my friend asked if she could borrow mine, I felt more than a little uncomfortable. Whilst my new friends went skiing and out to the movies, I was busy studying and filling out applications, 23 of them in total, receiving rejection after rejection. It hurts. And then, one Saturday morning, while volunteering with Mr. Hungerford for the Food Bank Walk Against Hunger, I realized that there are so many things happening in the world that I'm totally naive about. I realized that it's not all about getting A's. It's not about being in the library all day. I need education to be able to make a change in the world, but I need to live in order to actually bring that change. Emphasizing on studying only, I had missed other things. This was a real wake-up call to me. I don't have to wait until I have earned a PhD, or a master's degree, or even a bachelor to become someone I've always strived to be. Soon after that realization, with the help of Westover's college advisor, Corky, which is speaking from there, I obtained a full scholarship to go to Wofford College in South Carolina. And guess what? I made the dean's list last year. And I'm finally back on track, 5 years after the first graduation in college. So on this, your big day, these are the 2 lessons I wanted to share with you. Number 1, it doesn't matter if you fall, as long as you get back up. In fact, you might learn more from falling than you ever will from sailing along smoothly. But, number 2, in between all the falling you may be doing, don't forget to live a little. Oh, a lot. You are in charge of changing your life and the life of others. Now go out and lead the life and conquer the world. Thank you.